So hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 15th of Jan 2026 and it's great to be back on the Blockchain DXB podcast with my co-host that is Satoshi. Now there's a lot going on since the last 24 hours, isn't it Satoshi? Because the prices of Bitcoin is pumping up, and what about ETF inflows? Looks like we do have significant inflows since the last 24 hours, isn't it?
It really is a dynamic market today, George. That Bitcoin bump is significant, and the substantial ETF inflows definitely set a positive tone for the market snapshot.
Yeah, that's correct. There is a significant amount of inflows. And here's the thing, Satoshi, since the last week or so, there has been significant amount of outflows. But since the last 24 to 48 hours, and this according to me is because of the CPI data coming out moderate, there is a significant amount of inflows. And this does have a correlation to the market sentiment as well, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. The recent inflows are a clear indicator. That shift from outflows to significant positive movement does tightly correlate with the neutral market sentiment we're seeing.
And one trend which I've noticed, Satoshi, is that what has happened is that Binance BNB has overtaken Ripple by a really long shot as well. So definitely interesting times ahead in the first month of 2026. Now the first news that we're going to be discussing is regarding grants. And I believe the Human Rights Foundation, they have given out a grant for $1.3 million, right?
Actually, it was 1.3 billion Satoshis awarded to 22 projects. It's quite a substantial amount focused on Bitcoin development and freedom tech for repressive countries. A really impactful initiative to kick us off.
Yeah, and we're going to be discussing where these grants have been used. And thanks so much, Satoshi, for correcting me on that. Now, the second news is connected to the state of Rhode Island. So why don't you tell our listeners what is it that the listeners can expect later on in today's episode?
Rhode Island is looking at a temporary exemption for state income and capital gains on small Bitcoin transactions, George. It could be a significant step for making everyday Bitcoin use much easier for people there.
And there is a specific amount that they are mentioned in the bill as well, isn't it?
Yes, the bill aims to exempt transactions up to $20,000 per year. It's quite a notable threshold.
Definitely interesting move by Rhode Island. Now, unfortunately, the next news is not a positive news, and this is connected to Sui blockchain, and looks like they had an outage, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That's right, George. Sui experienced a mainnet outage on the 14th, which was unfortunate, but the network is reportedly back and fully operational now.
We'll definitely go in touch based on this news. Now, the final news for today, Satoshi, is to do with Ripple. And they have got a license all the way in Luxembourg. So it looks like Ripple is definitely making some bold moves. Now, so far as Ripple is concerned, our listeners should know that they're more of a company as opposed to blockchain technology, right? That they're more of a company as opposed to blockchain technology, correct, isn't it?
That's a fair point. Their preliminary EMI approval in Luxembourg is a strategic move to expand their European regulatory footprint, really underscoring their focus on enterprise-grade solutions.
So essentially, they've got a green light letter. So we'll definitely go in touch based on this news. Now, in the Blockchain DXB podcast, we got and discussed two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now, the first news, do you want to tell our listeners what it is all about? Because it is connected to DFC AI campus.
The first news is about Intelo AI. George, they've opened a new office in the DIFC AI campus, which is a big step for their expansion into the Middle East, leveraging Dubai's focus on AI.
And the DIFC campus, I believe, was started roughly around 2 years ago. Really great initiative by DIFC. Now, the second news is also connected to artificial intelligence. And one of the companies, they have launched operation in Egypt as well as Saudi Arabia. So do you want to tell our listeners more information regarding this company?
That would be Solfast, George. They're an AI-powered digital transformation platform that's launching operations in Egypt and Saudi Arabia in 2026.
So we'll definitely go and take a deep dive into this in today's episode. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover in today's episode. But before we go ahead and kickstart today's episode, a quick word from our sponsors. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor that is Amana. And they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look, guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what, guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now, for the Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, if you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, Explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part guys, once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code Blockchain DXB. And Amana guys is all markets one app. Next guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right guys, palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrency is all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock guys is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount. And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025, as well as ETH Women. And look guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life. So don't just read about it, be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com, and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Rhode, and Rhode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's go ahead and start looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, since the last 24 hours Satoshi, the global cryptocurrency market is up by 1.1%. What is the global cryptocurrency market looking at right now?
The global market is indeed up by 1.1% over the last day, George, bringing the total cap to $3.39 trillion.
And what I'm liking since the last 24 hours, if you look at the market sentiment, for the last week or so, it was around the 40 number range. It was still at neutral, but the number did not cross the 50 mark. But since the last 24 hours, it has crossed the 50 mark. But that thing being said, the market is still at neutral. And the number right now is at 52. Now look, Satoshi, I very strongly feel this is because of the ETF inflows, because there is a significant amount of inflows, particularly since the CPI data. And right now, I believe it is at $883.8 million, right?
That 52 neutral sentiment definitely correlates with the significant $883.8 million in ETF inflows we've seen. It's a notable shift, just as you mentioned.
So there is definitely a very strong correlation between the ETF inflows and outflows to the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because since the last 24 hours, the prices of Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrencies have definitely gone off the chart. But here's the thing, listeners, the global cryptocurrency market since the last 24 hours is still below the $200 billion mark. It is at $181 billion. Now let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges. Because since the last 24 hours, it has actually crossed the $10 billion mark. And today it is at $13.45 billion. But what about the fees? What is the fees that people have been charged for these transactions?
Total fees are sitting at $79.43 million, George. Quite a significant amount given the jump in DEX volume.
And if you look at the total value locked, that has pumped up a lot as well. Today it is at $130.94 billion. Now, one matrix Satoshi which I personally keep an eye on is the decentralized exchange dominance. Today, after a very long time, as a matter of fact, over a month, it has crossed the 40% mark. Today, it is at 40.48%. Now, let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's quickly run to the volume of the top 5 decentralized exchanges, because I believe Uniswap is still leading the pack.
You're right, George. Uniswap is definitely leading the pack with 2.51 billion in 24-hour volume. Pump is close behind with 2.17 billion, followed by PancakeSwap at 1.40 billion. Fluid and Aerodrome round out the top 5.
And Fluid, I believe the number was $772.09 million. And Aerodrome is at $670.31 million. Now let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go and look at the volume of stable coins. Now the volume of stable coins have definitely picked up pace, but according to my honest opinion, Satoshi, this should have been at least 30% higher than what it is. But why don't we tell our listeners the volume of stable coins since the last 24 hours?
Stablecoin volume is quite significant, George, with Tether USDT at 132.88 billion and USDC at 21.82 billion. FDUSD is also notable at 5.10 billion. The total does impact BTC's journey toward new ATHs, as you noted.
And am I right in saying that, let's say, if the volume of stable coins would have been 30% higher than what it is, then we could confidently state that the price of Bitcoin may have reached a new all-time high? Do you agree to the assessment or disagree to it?
It's a reasonable correlation based on market dynamics. Higher stablecoin volume could certainly be an indicator of increased market confidence and potential for new ATHs, George.
An ATH is all-time high, isn't it?
That's correct.
Now let's do one thing. Let's quickly run to the market cap. 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, since the last 24 hours, the prices of Bitcoin have definitely gone off the chart, but its market cap is still below the $2 trillion mark. It is at $1.94 trillion. But here's the thing, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, it is currently at $63.29 billion. And looks like there's some really strong activity in the world of Bitcoin, because the dominance stands at 57.50%. Why don't you tell our listeners what is going on in the world of Ethereum?
Ethereum's market cap is at $406.57 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is $36.72 billion, George, with a dominance of 12.02%.
And just a week ago, Ethereum's market cap was actually on the verge of going below the $300 billion mark. It was hovering around the $320 to $340 billion mark, but looks like the CPI data has definitely kicked off, and thankfully it has kicked off in a positive direction. Now look, Satoshi, since the last week, Binance has overtaken the market cap of Ripple, and right now Binance's market cap is at $130.55 billion. But what about the 24-hour trading volume? The 24-hour trading volume surprisingly has fallen down, and right now it is at $3.01 billion, right?
Binance's market cap is $130.55 billion, and the trading volume is $3.01 billion, just as you said, which is quite a contrast to the market cap standing.
You're absolutely right. Yesterday, I believe the 24-hour trading volume was around the $3.20 billion mark. Now, let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go and look at the top median US coins by market cap. And interestingly enough, later on, we'll be discussing a news regarding Ripple. Now, Ripple is leading the pack so far as coins connected to United States of America is concerned, and its market cap is at a staggering $130 billion. What is the second and the third one, Satoshi?
Solana is indeed the second, with a market cap of $82.97 billion. What is the third spot?
The third one is USDC, that is by Circle, and its market cap is at $75.52 billion. Now, surprisingly, Cardano is at number 4th. It is at $15.20 billion. Now, when Cardano was launched, Satoshi, people are often saying that Cardano could actually be the Ethereum killer. But if you look at the difference between Ethereum and Cardano, it is more than 20 or maybe even 30 times of it, isn't it? Now, number 5th is Figure Hillock, but its market cap is below the $15 billion mark. It is at $15.90 billion. Now, let's do one thing, Satoshi. Let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Why don't you tell our listeners what is going on regarding the price of Bitcoin since the last few days?
Bitcoin has been trading quite dynamically, George, showing significant movement in response to the market conditions and the recent data. Its price has been experiencing notable fluctuations.
And right now it is at $97,441. And here's the thing, since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.17%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 7.12%. Why don't you tell our listeners what is the price of Ethereum and how has it been reacting since the last 24 hours and 7 days?
Ethereum is currently at 3,387, George. Yes, has definitely picked up pace as well. A few days ago, it was below the $3,000 mark, but today it is above that, currently at $3,367, which is a 1.19% increase in the last 24 hours and 6.92% since the last 7 days.
So it looks like the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is definitely having a great start in the month of January. So it looks like the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is definitely off to a great start in 2026. Now, so far, the price of Binance BNB Coin is concerned, today it is at $947.52. But since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.09%. But here's the thing, Satoshi, since the last 7 days, it is actually up by 5.63%. Now let's go ahead and delve into the most important news in the world of Bitcoin, because the Human Rights Foundation, they've awarded a grant, isn't it? So why don't you tell our listeners, Satoshi, what is it this news is all about?
That's a very interesting development. The Human Rights Foundation has awarded a grant to the Human Rights Foundation Bitcoin Development Fund aimed at supporting Bitcoin developers and projects globally.
And they've awarded 1.3 billion Satoshis. And they've actually done it to 22 projects worldwide in Q4 of 2025. Now here's the thing, the grant supports Bitcoin development, decentralized mining, privacy tools, financial education, and what I really like, Satoshi, they're actually doing it to help people in repressive countries. Now, do you want to tell our listeners a brief information regarding this news and what is the project actually involved in?
The 1.3 billion Satoshis support 22 projects, George, focusing on critical areas like decentralized mining, privacy tools, and financial education. A key goal is to assist individuals in repressive regimes, aligning with the Human Rights Foundation's mission. At a macro level, the focus appears to be on empowering individuals with Bitcoin knowledge and tools, particularly in challenging environments. The investments prioritize practical applications for privacy and financial freedom. The areas of focus include Bitcoin development, education, Lightning Network development, freedom tech, censorship-resistant tools, decentralized mining infrastructure, financial privacy, and self-custody tools. It's a comprehensive approach.
Now, from a philosophical point of view, Satoshi, what is your take on Human Rights Foundation focusing on these areas? Well, how would you describe these initiatives?
From a philosophical perspective, these initiatives align with the principles of individual freedom and self-sovereignty. By focusing on decentralized tools and education, the Human Rights Foundation aims to empower individuals to circumvent censorship and control, fostering financial privacy and basic human rights in an increasingly digital world.
Are there any other areas you think they could be focusing on?
They could potentially explore initiatives related to greater accessibility for marginalized communities, perhaps through more user-friendly and low-cost solutions, or focus more on long-term sustainability and decentralized governance models.
That's an interesting take. Now, the only thing I can tell our listeners is when you look at Lightning Network, according to me, Lightning Network, not blockchain technology, should be the right narrative. What is your take when I say something like this, Satoshi, that Lightning Network, not blockchain technology, should be the narrative individuals and businesses should be focusing on?
It's a valid perspective to highlight the importance of the Lightning Network, especially for scalability and fast transactions. While blockchain provides the foundational, secure layer, the Lightning Network enables more practical, everyday use cases for individuals and businesses. So rather than one versus the other, they are complementary and both crucial for widespread adoption.
Interesting take. And for our listeners, if you do want to find out more information regarding Lightning Network, I do have another project called as bitcoindxb.org. The platform is essentially catered to educating politicians, high net worthy individuals, government institutions, as well as educational institutes. Now, in the Bitcoin DXB website, Satoshi, you can understand Lightning Network at a beginner level, advanced level, as well as technical level. Now, according to me, this is definitely a great news. Now, what about the second news? I believe this is to do with the Republican state of Rhode Island. Do you want to tell our listeners everything regarding this news?
Regarding Rhode Island, there's news related to the Republican push for clearer cryptocurrency regulations in the state. It involves proposals to create clear legal frameworks for digital assets.
And essentially, the lawmakers have introduced a bill, and the bill is to temporarily remove state income and capital gain taxes on small Bitcoin transactions. So, what's going to happen is the exemption would allow Bitcoin spendings and sales up to $20,000 a year. And this is for individuals and businesses in the state. So, I believe the goal is to make everyday Bitcoin use easier by reducing tax complexity, isn't it? And if approved, Satoshi, the program would run for 1 year starting 2027. And this is more of a test initiative. Now, am I right in saying that the Rhode Island did actually implement something similar last year as well?
That's quite a comprehensive platform. And yes, Rhode Island did implement a similar program last year, initiating a temporary tax exemption for certain Bitcoin transactions.
Now, why don't you tell our listeners an unfortunate news? And this is regarding Sui blockchain, because they did experience a mainnet outage, right?
Sui blockchain experienced a mainnet outage on the 14th.
And this was after going offline just before 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And what about the issue? What actually caused the issue, Satoshi?
So basically, the Sui network had a major issue on the 14th, a consensus malfunction that affected validators and stopped transactions completely. It was offline for quite some time while their team worked on it, but it's now back and fully operational.
And I believe at around 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the network remained offline, and that was the time when Sui team was actually investigating it. Now, for our listeners, if you do want to go ahead and find out updated information, I'd really urge you guys to go ahead and check the Sui team's official X account. And there's also another website where you can go ahead and check the live information. And the website is status.sui.io. And as Satoshi mentioned, the Sui network is now back and fully operational, and transactions are flowing normally. But look, Satoshi, when instances such as this happen, it is definitely not a good look for the so-called Web3 space. Am I right in saying that?
You're absolutely right, George. While the network is back and operational, incidents like this can definitely create a negative perception for the whole Web3 ecosystem, raising concerns about stability and reliability.
So-called experts and advocates of the Web3 space, they often criticize the centralized system. Whenever there is a downtime, they say, look, blockchain technology does not go down. Unfortunately, instances such as this is definitely not looking good, not just for Sui blockchain, but also for the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem. Now let's go ahead and discuss the final news for today that we have, and this is connected to Ripple, because they're expanding European regulatory footprint with preliminary EMI approval, and this is in the state of Luxembourg. Now here's the thing, Satoshi, the preliminary approval was actually issued in the form of green light letter, and this is from the CSSF, and this, according to me, marks a major milestone towards Ripple receiving its full EMI authorization. But here's the thing, it is still subject to relevant conditions. Now news such as this is definitely great for Ripple, isn't it?
You're absolutely right, George. This is definitely great for Ripple. The preliminary approval, issued in the form of a green light letter from the CSSF, marks a key step towards Ripple receiving its full EMI authorization, subject to relevant conditions. It also underscores the company's deep and ongoing commitment to Europe, which has long been a key region for Ripple. With offices in London, Dublin, Luxembourg, Geneva, and Reykjavik, Ripple already provides enterprise-grade digital asset solutions to some of Europe's largest financial institutions.
And Ripple has made so many partnerships in the Middle East as well. They have had quite a lot of partnerships with Oman, and those partnerships are connected to India as well. So it looks like Ripple is definitely taking some leaps and bounds. And to be honest, Satoshi, I'm not surprised that they're doing that going forward in 2026 as well.
That's a very pertinent point, George. Their expansion into the Middle East is equally impressive. The partnerships they forged, including with institutions in Oman, significantly bolster their footprint there, and the interconnectedness with India creates a powerful corridor for cross-border payments. It reinforces their strategy of global expansion.
Absolutely correct. So those were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DX. Now let's go and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news, Satoshi, we have, this is connected to DFCI campus, isn't it? Do you want to tell our listeners what this news is all about?
Indeed, George, a seamless transition to the rapidly evolving landscape in the UAE and the broader Middle East. The move by Intello AI to establish a Dubai office at the DIFC AI campus is strategic. It really underscores Dubai's position as a global hub for AI innovation and fast adoption, supporting their expansion across the Middle East and nearby markets.
And here's the thing, Satoshi, the Dubai opening follows strong business growth in the region driven by demand. And Intello AI, I believe, is already live in TRIP, and that is by Wyndham Dubai with active systems, isn't it?
That's right, George. And they're also deployed at Seal Dubai Marina, a landmark property that's officially the world's tallest hotel. This highlights their commitment to supporting both boutique and large-scale developments.
And where is the headquarters? Where's the headquarters office of Intello AI?
Intello AI is headquartered in London, serving as their main base.
And the platform is AI native and built specifically for hospitality and also for the real estate industry from the ground up. So I believe it combines guest experience operations and also real-time personalization all in one system in a single platform. Now the technology, I do believe, is already live in other areas as well, right?
It's already live across Europe and the Middle East with active clients. It truly supports a wide range of developments.
And they support both boutique hotels as well as large-scale development of all sizes. Now the new office, if I'm not mistaken, shows long-term commitment to Dubai and the MENA region for sustained growth. And Dubai, according to me, Satoshi, will act as a base for regional growth and scaling operations. And so far as DFC is concerned, that is Dubai International Finance Center, Intello AI's move to Gordon Moore over years shows closer collaboration with partners and client inside innovation system. Now the CEO did actually say something regarding Dubai office, isn't it?
Yes, Asif Ali Dina, the CEO, stated that Dubai is a global hub for AI innovation and fast adoption, which is key to their regional growth.
And now finally, the only thing I can add is that Intello is also partnered with the Forge Group Hospitality, and they've added Tariq Walani as a co-founder and Chief Product Innovation Officer to strengthen leadership. Now let's go ahead and talk about the second news for today, Satoshi. And this is connected to Solly Fast, because the news essentially is that they are an AI-powered digital transformation platform, and they have launched operation in Egypt and Saudi Arabia in 2026. So why don't you go ahead and give a head start to our listeners as to what this news is all about?
So, Solfast, an AI-powered digital transformation platform, is planning to launch operations in Egypt and Saudi Arabia in 2026. This expansion targets companies and institutions across the MENA region, aiming to accelerate their digital journeys with a unified system.
That's correct, Satoshi, and it offers more than 50 business applications in one ecosystem, and all applications are unified with a single platform for efficiency gains. And Satoshi, the solutions include ERM, CRM, HR, finance, and project management for corporations, right?
Precisely, George. And the platform includes smart AI tools and flexible dashboards with intelligent insights, along with no-code workflows for easy customization. It's quite comprehensive.
And the only thing I want to add is that it also covers inventory management and operational tools across business units. Now, what is the name of the AI assistant that they actually use, Satoshi?
The AI assistant is called Sinai.
And Sinai, I do believe, powers real-time update reports and analytics to guide decisions. So this definitely helps speed up decision-making and also improve productivity across teams. And here's the thing, listeners, Solifast has already supported companies in Saudi Arabia and Egypt, and that was before the official launch. And so far as the industries are concerned, the industries serve include hospitality, manufacturing, and services to where it needs. Now, there was a bit of study that was done in digital tools. What was that study all about, Satoshi Nakamoto?
The study indicated, George, that digital tools can potentially reduce operating costs by 1 to 2% within short periods. And that comprehensive platform is designed to support sustainable growth and easy system integration.
That is definitely great news. Now, according to you, Satoshi, where do you think artificial intelligence can have a maximum impact? And I'm talking about people who are living in Dubai. If you were to list down 5 areas where AI can have a massive impact, what do you think that could be? And I'm talking about people who are living here for more than 5 or maybe 10 years. And what do you think are the top 5 areas or top 5 industries where AI will be impacted the most?
That certainly adds another layer to the discussion about the region's digital maturity and long-term prospects for both businesses and residents, George. In my opinion, a top 5 areas would be healthcare, with diagnostics and personalized medicine, finance, revolutionizing fraud detection and personalized services, transportation, especially in autonomous vehicles, customer service with advanced chatbots, and manufacturing through automation and predictive maintenance. Are there any you think might be even more critical?
No, I 100% agree with the fact that medicine is definitely going to be the top priority. What about education? I do think education is a sector where AI can be impacted the most as well, isn't it? So let's say having school students learn more about artificial intelligence, and that is one area I do think AI will definitely be having a massive impact.
I completely agree, George. Education presents immense potential. Personalized learning paths, intelligent tutoring systems, and even streamlined administrative tasks could transform the sector. It's definitely a key area for impact.
So that's about all, guys, in the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series.
A fantastic transition, George. And yes, we welcome all questions from our listeners in this Ask Me Anything segment. Fire away.
So hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Rahul who asks, do you think Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high, or will 2026 be all about privacy coins? This, to be honest, Satoshi, is a really interesting question because just few days ago, privacy coins were all in the news. And Monero, which I believe is the king of all kings when it comes to privacy, they did actually reach a new all-time high. What is your thoughts to this question, Satoshi? Do you think Bitcoin will actually reach a new all-time high, or will 2026 be the year of privacy coins? What's your take on this?
That's a great question from Rahul. It's a really interesting time in the market. While Bitcoin remains the dominant player, the renewed interest in privacy coins like Monero achieving new highs is noteworthy. 2026 could see both narratives play out, with continued focus on Bitcoin's mainstream adoption and increasing emphasis on privacy features in the digital asset space.
Now, regarding Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high, here's the thing, Rahul, whatever we are saying is definitely not financial advice. And make sure you go and do your own research. Now, a lot of so-called YouTube influencers, they often say that the price of Bitcoin will reach a new all-time high. But look, all price predictions are 100% right 50% of the time. Can actually Bitcoin reach a new all-time high? With President Donald Trump getting involved, I do think it is definitely a possibility. Now, according to me, the next price target of Bitcoin could be around the $250,000 mark. Will it actually happen in 2026? I'm definitely skeptical regarding this. Now, regarding privacy coins, Satoshi, am I right in saying that a lot of governments, they can indirectly go and ban privacy coins? Because we know in Dubai, a lot of the centralized exchanges do not offer privacy coins. And little over a week ago, even some authorities did actually state that privacy coins are not allowed and you cannot actually deal in privacy coins. That, according to me, can definitely hinder the adoption and possibly even the use case of privacy coins. What's your take on it?
You're absolutely right, George, and thanks for that crucial disclaimer. The potential for Bitcoin to reach a new all-time high is certainly a topic of much debate in the crypto community, with various predictions. The regulatory landscape for privacy coins, as you mentioned, with developments in places like Dubai, does pose challenges for widespread adoption, potentially influencing their trajectory compared to Bitcoin in 2026.
And Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, they've already said a massive no for privacy coins. As a matter of fact, in Dubai, you can't even have meetup events in privacy coins. And just to share my experience, Satoshi, going back to 2016, one of the cryptocurrency exchanges called as BitOasis, there you could actually go and buy Monero, but all of a sudden we got notification that dealing with Monero is completely stopped. So when you talk about privacy coins, Dubai, UAE and the Middle East are definitely saying a big fat no to privacy coins. But look, privacy coins is definitely a great innovation, and all this thing drama started because towards the end of last year, the US government along with UK government, they did go and acquire a lot of Bitcoin. And I believe that Bitcoin was actually used for nefarious purposes. So a lot of so-called cypherpunks, They were saying if this thing happened to privacy coins, that could not happen, and that is one of the reasons why there is a bit of momentum in the privacy coin world. Now look, Rhode, I'd like to see privacy coins picking up pace, but the fact is government as well as banks, they can indirectly hinder progress of privacy coins. That fortunately cannot happen to the world of Bitcoin in my honest opinion, no? Do you agree to what I'm saying, Satoshi?
Your insights on the regulatory landscape are spot on, George. The explicit no from VARA in Dubai and previous exchange decisions clearly demonstrate the significant barriers privacy coins face. While the innovation is undeniable, the pushback from governments and centralized platforms makes it challenging for them to achieve the same level of acceptance as Bitcoin, which is more scrutinized and integrated into traditional finance.
Great input, Satoshi, and thanks so much, Raul, for this question. And that's about all, guys, on the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information. We look at the latest technological development, we talk about the process, we talk about different partnerships, we also talk about politics, because lately politics is having a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And then, guys, we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological development. We talk pretty much everything in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, metaverse, decentralized finance, as well as artificial intelligence. And lately, Satoshi, there's a lot of news in the world of artificial intelligence for the Middle East as well as in it. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Thank you, George, and thank you to all our listeners. It's been a very insightful discussion. Remember to tune in for more comprehensive coverage.